Hey, this is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the AA Word of the Day for October 15th, 2024. The word is my checklist, not yours. And here is a quote: Gossip bobbed with our anger, a polite form of murder by character assassination, has its satisfaction for us, too. Here we are not trying to help those we criticize. We are trying to proclaim our own righteousness. And that is from 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 67. Sometimes I do not realize that I gossiped about someone until the end of the day, when I take an inventory of the day's activities, and then my gossiping appears like a blemish on a beautiful day. And then, how could I have said something like that? Gossip shows its ugly head during a coffee break or lunch with business associates. Or I may gossip during the evening when I'm tired from the day's activities and feel justified in my bolstering my ego at the expense of someone else. Character defects like gossip sneak into my life when I'm not making a constant effort to work the 12 steps of recovery. I need to remind myself that my uniqueness is the blessing of my being, and that applies equally to everyone who crosses my path in life's journey. Today, the only inventory I need to take is my own. I leave judgment of others to the final judge, divine providence. And I knew this was coming along because I've done daily reflections before. And I have to tell you, there is a very large, when it says a polite form of murder by character assassination, there is a very large hand coming out of this paper and pointing right at me. Not so much once I became sober, but if you did me the wrong way, in my opinion, it mentions righteousness. If I knew that I was right and you were wrong, I would definitely turn to this polite form of murder by character assassination. And it really is a nasty thing. 33 years into sobriety, I think back about what I said about some people, and I'm still very ashamed of myself, even though where I could, I made amends, and some other people became my friends. Some didn't exactly become friends, but we were on a friendly basis. Boy, it really, a lot of people, they get in fights. I wasn't that type, although I could be at times, but I was always this. And the thing was, I hated anyone gossiping about me. But I'd drop these little nuggets of information about a person that put them in a bad light. Made you think less of their character. Even at the slightest thing, if I didn't like them. And I knew that this reading was coming. I forgot exactly where it was in the book. But I figured if I do a whole year of this stuff, sooner or later, we're going to run into it, and we did today. And that was, even when I was drinking, I did an examination of my conscience. But my thinking was, I'm right and they're wrong. So when I'm right, that justifies any kind of nasty behavior on my part to let the world know how rotten they are. But you couldn't do the reverse, because no matter what it was, I was not that rotten. And what a waste of my time. What an absolute waste of my time. And I'd ruminate about this. I'm going to get that person. I'm going to get them. And so, and I'll say it again to all I have ever done that to, I am truly sorry. Probably about 90% of the people I did it to are no longer alive or not anywhere near me, and I have no way to contact them. I did the most egregious ones that I did. I have made my amends, and I made my amends in 1991. So that was, 33 years ago. So this is quite something to think about. A polite form of murder by character assassinations. Made worse when you think you're righteous. It's when it's most dangerous, because no holds barred then. It's like a steel cage match in wrestling. And I could have been doing useful things rather than trying to dig up dirt on someone else. Totally. I really am ashamed of myself. This is a good one to think about. And I may have slipped in it a couple of times, but I try to avoid it. And I always have it in my mind when I'm doing an examination of conscience that just because you're right doesn't mean you can do anything you want. In fact, you should be kinder to the person. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow on the 16th. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.